It is important to make sure emergency oxygen equipment is ready to be deployed as rapidly as possible in an emergency. Once used, an oxygen system must be put back in order so it is ready to use again. Discard any one-time use only items in appropriate disposal containers. Some masks may be cleaned. Follow the manufacturer's recommendations on cleaning. It is recommended you replace or refill your oxygen cylinder after each emergency use. Close the cylinder valve, open the regulator's flow controller, and wait for the sound of flowing oxygen to stop. This depressurizes the regulator so it can be removed. Loosen the regulator and slide it off the neck of the oxygen cylinder. To refill an oxygen cylinder, you must go to a medical or compressed gas distributor. The FDA in the U.S. states that oxygen equipment intended for emergency use can be distributed over the counter without a prescription if it provides at least 6 liters of oxygen per minute for at least 15 minutes. The FDA requires medical oxygen cylinders to bear a label that states, "For emergency use only when administered by properly trained personnel for oxygen deficiency and resuscitation. For all other medical applications, caution. Federal law prohibits dispensing without a prescription." Even with the FDA statement and labeling on emergency oxygen, it may still be necessary to have a prescription or show proof of training in order to get an oxygen cylinder refilled. It is also important to become familiar with any state or local regulation concerning the use of oxygen in an emergency. To reassemble your emergency oxygen system, first remove the protective seal on the valve of the refilled cylinder. Briefly open and close the valve to blow any debris from the valve's outlet port. Check to ensure a single sealing gasket or washer is in place on the regulator's inlet port and that it is in good condition. Slide the regulator onto the neck of the cylinder and align the pins on the regulator with the holes on the cylinder neck. Hand tighten the regulator to the cylinder. Open the cylinder valve slowly to pressurize the system and ensure there are no leaks. To finish, close the cylinder valve. Open the flow controller to depressurize the regulator, and then close the flow controller. Replace any disposable delivery devices that you used during your care. Return the oxygen system to its designated storage location where it will remain ready and available for use in an emergency. Regular inspections can ensure the readiness of your emergency oxygen delivery system. Make sure all of your system's components are present and undamaged. Make sure your delivery devices are in place and, if desired, are clearly connected to the regulator. Turn on the system and confirm the flow of oxygen. Check the content gauge. A low volume could indicate a leak is occurring. Turn off the system and return it to service.